What up, stackers? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well out there. Keeping warm. It's cold and icy and windy here in Philadelphia. I've put together a new challenge for me. As silver at 90 and all-time highs has forced me to switch up my style. I'm investing less capital in the silver. Slowing down my purchases a little, but still continuing to stack. This is what I've come up. I got some mail to share, mail call, and there will be a feeding today. So with my new style, I had to pick up a new Palcho. This Palcho will be holding my state quarters. I've went constitutional. And each week, I pick up one state quarter and one Mercury dime. So this is the third week of January, and I have some new pickups to show off. Let me just sit that in there. As I've been downsizing my purchasing amount, I've also had to downside the capsules and bought a set of these for the quarters. All right, let's get into it. Open some mail up. All right, so this is our first purchase. This is, let's see, I paid $14.99 with shipping included for this, and we picked up a new state quarter. Picked up the Utah quarter. So we got some nice packaging here. It's all sealed up, and it came with a little flip. Pretty cool. All right, let's break this bad boy free. Oh, that is a beautiful coin. Nice piece of history. So I got some capsules. I like the capsules. It feels like just encapsulating my time and energy. Captured some purchasing power. All right. So the third week of January, we have our third quarter, and we also picked up a new dime. So this dime I got for $6.39 with shipping included. Let's see, from the seller. Alright, here we go. Alright, this is a 1920 dime. Still has some meat on it. I don't have a bunch of these older dimes, so I thought I would take advantage, get some ones in the teens, in the 20s, in the 30s. Give me a second to break this out. Okay, we have a new dime. And let's see, on Coinflation, let's see, dimes are melt value currently at $6.83, and the quarters melt value 17. I was able to get my order in before we jumped up above the 90s, so I think we're doing pretty good there. And why I started stacking, I wanted to go down to 90%. Quarters are in my price range, my wheelhouse. I limit it by budget a little bit, and this fits my budget. So I get a quarter and a dime each week, and that's how I'm dealing with the high prices in silver at the moment. I chose to go with the state quarters because I wanted to do constitutional, but with a twist. I like history, I like shiny things. I'm part stacker, part collector, and this kind of just fits. And while I can still get these under melt currently, I'll continue to stack them. So one thing I do enjoy about stacking silver is the history behind some of the pieces, learning about things. The 2007 Utah State Quarter features the Golden Spike Ceremony, marking the completion of the first transcontinental railroad on May 10th, 1869, at Promontory Summit in Utah Territory. This iconic moment, often called the Wedding of the Rails, symbolized the linking of the eastern and western United States by rail, a monumental engineering feat that transformed the nation. The project began in earnest during the Civil War era, authorized by the Pacific Railway Act of 1862 under President Abraham Lincoln. It aimed to connect the existing rail networks in the Midwest to the Pacific coast, bridging a vast, rugged frontier. Two companies took on the challenge: the Union Pacific Railroad and also the Central Pacific Railroad. The railroads met at Promontory Summit after years of grueling labor, financial scandals, and harsh environments. On that day, a crowd gathered as the final rails were laid. All right, now it's time to feed the Palcho. So my earlier pickups, my first pickup was George Washington crossing the Delaware and West Virginia. I got hares, darn creatures. All right, so we have our newest additions to the stack. And my goal for this challenge is to stack 1 quarter, 1 dime each week. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be able to fill up that tube and fill up the Palcho. Well, thank you for watching. This is the Philly Stacker. Wishing you the best wishes. Until next time, I'll check you out later.